Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into a thrilling topic that you definitely don't want to miss. You see, that's just a big pile of dramatic nonsense. Love at first sight. That radiant smile is just so charming, everything around seems to blur, yet laughter fills the room. The loneliness vanished as if it never existed, and Jiming's training finally started to pay off. He revived his old skills, shining in competitions. Jinghyo learned massage techniques from books. Every night had helped Jiming unwind, and when they managed to save a little, they started dreaming about the future, with Jiming suggesting a cozy little workshop. This way, Jinghyo could create his beloved dishes and vases, and everything seemed to head in the right direction until Jinghyo bravely took Jiming to meet his parents and discuss the deeply buried secret. He began to recall the accident he had always feared. That rainy night, he was driving his parents when suddenly, a fiery figure caught his eye. It was that split second of distraction that led to a lifetime of guilt. He lost his sight and his beloved parents in the process. This revelation hit Jiming like a thunderbolt. His breath quickened as if he were gasping for air. Turns out, the victim of that incident he indirectly caused was his beloved girl. All his misfortunes were of his own making. He pounded the punching bag with all his might until exhausted, then knelt down, clutching his chest, and broke down in tears. Upon returning home, Jiming found food scattered all over the table, immediately causing him to panic and frantically search everywhere until he eventually found Jinghyo in the hospital. Seeing Jinghyo smile, Jiming turned away, suddenly lacking the courage to meet his gaze. Thankfully, this incident brought Jiming some crucial news from the doctor. There was still hope for Jinghyo's eyesight, but it had to be done within a month, or he would be completely blind, so Jiming needed to make quick cash. He went to a nightclub and found a friend from the underworld. The friend agreed to lend him money, but only if Jiming fought in an underground boxing match. For Jinghyo, Jiming of course couldn't back down. That day, he stopped Jinghyo and lied about having savings. He brought up the treatment for his eyesight, but Jinghyo was quite satisfied with life as it was and had been feeling guilty about it. He believed that losing his sight might be a fateful arrangement for atonement. Don't you want to see me, my child? After Jiming's persuasion, Jinghyo finally stopped refusing. In fact, he too longed to see the man he spent his days with. Underground boxing often involves death and revenge. To protect Jinghyo, Jiming destroyed all related evidence, then rushed to the hospital. He stayed close, watching over Jinghyo as the surgery was about to happen. He said, "You won't leave me behind, right? It's uglier than I imagined, so I must remain confident, ignoring me." Absolutely not. The day before the surgery, Jinghyo reached out to Jiming, promising, "I'll see you again." He agreed and then turned around to walk inside. But after just a couple of steps, he turned back and asked again, "You are not going anywhere, right? Where would I go? I have nowhere else to be." Seeing Jinghyo unable to leave him, Jiming's eyes showed worry and reluctance. He was uncertain about that underground fight. Perhaps this goodbye would be the last. Soon, Jiming reached a foreign land, assuming a new identity after a series of twists and turns. Stepping into that arena of death, he looked at the massive cage before him, feeling nervous and afraid for the first time. He feared that the girl he hoped would wake up in the hospital would never find him again. With the sound of his sharp clang echoing, the battle officially commenced. His opponent was the reigning champion, towering and striking like a lightning bolt. After rounds, Jiming lost ground. His punches felt light, while opponents hits like thunder. The intense pain muddled his senses, but luckily, the opponent revealed a brief opening. Jiming seized that opportunity and used the last of his strength to deliver a knockout blow. However, this victory made him enemies out of those who had lost money. Caught off guard, he was struck by calm moments after leaving the arena, followed by intense pain piercing through him. Lying on the cold ground, he could only shed tears of apology for the girl he loved so dearly. Jinghyo's surgery was a success, yet not a trace of joy appeared on his face. The man who promised never to leave had vanished. Just like that, he disappeared from Jinghyo's life, leaving even the police baffled. That house full of memories was facing demolition, and though he regained his sight, he had truly fallen into darkness. On moving day, an old package finally arrived, and Jinghye opened it to find the hairband Ji-Ming had gifted him. Checking the return address, he went to the hospital and found the man burned by fire. That was Ji-Ming's intention. The night before Jinghye's surgery, he had thought of confessing everything about the accident, but lacked the courage.